What's going on, YouTube family? Today we got another episode of opinionated sports videos, and we're gonna jump right into the top traditions, in my opinion, how I just see them and how I view them. Let's jump into this video. So man, college football is known for all its amazing traditions. You always see crazy things going on within college football, you know, things that really make it special. And that's why I love college football so much, in my opinion. I think it's the best sport. You know, there's all kinds of things within college football that just make it great. You have, you know, the tradition, the geographical regions, the rivalries. It just means more. History, things like that. So we're gonna start off with the Colorado Buffaloes and the Ralphie the Buffalo run. Every game, at the beginning of the game, they have a Buffalo come out. He just runs. You know what I mean? He just runs, and then, you know, the people that kind of herd the buffalo or with the buffalo run out with him. I think it's a super cool sight to see, just to see this large of a mammal slash animal just out running and just doing that kind of thing. So that's super cool to hear, or see, not hear, sorry. Super cool to see, and I love that. This list is all over the place. We're gonna go over to Florida and talk about the Florida State Noles. They have the chief run out on the horse, runs to the middle, has like a flaming spear of feathers, things like that. The Seminole feathers all on it. I think it's on fire too. Goes up to the middle of the field and just stabs it. And then you just hear everybody just, you know, it just hits different with Florida State. I want them to be good again. It's been a while. I know I have a Florida Gators hat on. We could talk about y'all in a minute, but man, that's super cool. It's just super cool to see that kind of go. They stab it, they start the game off. And then obviously I like the Atlanta Braves. And the Braves do this too, and I'm pretty sure Florida State started it first, but it's the you know what I mean? Like the typical Knoll thing, just the war call. I'll play obviously some clips so y'all can really see how it sounds, because you know I didn't do that properly, but man, seeing Florida State just do that, especially when they're good, man, it hits different for sure. It hits different. We're also going to keep it in the state of Florida. We're just talking about the Gators and how they just, you know, they do this in the swamp. That's more of a hand sign, but I definitely think it's a super cool tradition that they do, and kind of instill within the swamp, that hostility of the swamp, the greatness of Florida when they're winning. Florida also has like a unique stadium design, in my opinion, which I'll talk about at some point, but super cool thing that they do over there. Man, Army, Navy, march on. How could you not put this in the list? It's Army, Navy. They have a specific week in December that they play this game. It's after the conference champions. It's the only game on that weekend. And there's something about the Army-Navy game. They might not have the best athletes, they might not have the best talent, but just watching, you know, them go back and forth, both run that triple option, hard-nosed hitting football teams, very physical. You see all the cadets and all the women and men in arms in the stands. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight. I love it. I think it's one of those important games of college football that, you know, doesn't get talked about enough. I feel like people kind of overlook it because it has no implications unless you have family that are in those academies. But it's a great game to watch, and it's very entertaining. Let's talk about Clemson and Howard Rock. Boo, Clemson, boo. My mom went to South Carolina, if you guys don't know, so I gotta say that. But Clemson Tower Rock is super special. They get off the bus, so they're all dressed in the bus, fully dressed in their clothes. Get off the bus, go over to the rock. You know, there's videos of like Dabo Swinney just looking around. Clemson's releasing the orange and purple balloons everywhere. There's a rock at the top. They kind of touch it, you know, it's like their signal of gratitude. They kind of touch the rock and then go down the hill. It's like they unrail the orange carpet. They all run down the hill. It's pretty steep too. And honestly, I was watching like clips on this, and like players and stuff were jumping, and I was like, I don't know if I'd be jumping going down right before the game. That's an easy way to tweak an ankle or hurt a knee or something like that. But I think it's super cool just because they're like kind of standing up top on that hill. They can see the whole stadium in front of them, how it's unfolding, how the game atmosphere is, kind of take it all in before they go down that field and go to war with their boys in Death Valley. Not the true Death Valley, but Death Valley. Man, we're gonna talk about Wisconsin and jump around, and wow. I never really knew how cool it was until I watched the Wisconsin-Penn State game last year on TV, like nationally, and like seeing it firsthand, and it's such a cool sight to see, man. You got them jumping around.
151 days.
You got them really jumping around. Like, they play it in the fourth quarter, winning or losing, and the whole student section is this dun, 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 dun. They just start jumping, and it just looks like a party, you know. Their vibe in Wisconsin is only pretty good, so I feel like it's a good way for, you know, close game, good game, maybe losing. I think it's just a good way to kind of get that energy going for that fourth quarter to finish the game off. Next, we're gonna keep it in the Big Ten. We're gonna talk about the Iowa Wave. And this one's more sentimental. If you guys don't know, there's a children's hospital located right behind Iowa's field, or like on the side of it, and it's elevated so high so like the sick children can see into the field to watch the game or see the lights or things like that. So every home game, Iowa fans and even opposing fans, they turn off all the lights and they all turn their flashlights on and they all just wave at the children. So it's super beautiful. It's super cool to see that. You know, just because these are people that might not get that opportunity to go to these games or be in that situation, but it's super cool that there's a tradition to keep that hospital right there and alive and things like that. So we love that. We love that. Now we got Michigan running out and touching the banner. I know this isn't not a big deal, but Michigan is known for putting that banner in the 50-yard line. They all run out. They all run up and touch the banner and things like that. Oklahoma actually does that too at a different way. There's a little angle. I think Michigan probably did it first. So I'm gonna say we copy them, but something that Oklahoma does that people think Notre Dame did, but it's really our sign, is play like a champion. And you guys know the history. Oklahoma had played like a champion first. We went up and touched the sign, and then I think Notre Dame or someone played us, or they either went to a game and they saw that sign and idea, and they brought it over to Notre Dame. And it's so annoying. Even like the NCAA games, they show them touch the play like a champion, and we started that. We did. So give us our credit. We got the Sooner Schooner though. So when it's rolling, you know, we hate to see that, but yeah, that's another one in there. But my last two just hit different, and we're gonna start off with that Enter Sandman, Virginia Tech. They play that Enter Sandman, and man, when Virginia Tech is rocking, when they're good, when they got that good defense, when they're on top of the ACC or when they're in the Big East, I guarantee you that was a scary sight.
Bring it along to Enter Sandman.
That Enter Sandman hits different, man. Last year, North Carolina went up to Virginia on a Thursday early in the season, and that song came on, and you could just tell the vibe was us. Mac Brown had North Carolina look out and watch it, and you could just tell it was a little spooky out there with that on, a little different. But the Enter Sandman means business. I know that crowd gets rocking. It's at the very beginning of the game, and it's amazing. my favorite tradition, and I'm going to see it in person this year, is the beautiful sandstorm that South Carolina does in William Bryce Stadium. It's so cool. I mean, I didn't even know they did it, and my mom didn't even know they did it, but I'm about to see it in person firsthand. They play Missouri for their homecoming game. But they take the white towels and they go. It's like, oh man, it's so cool. And now they got these new crazy LED lights, so it's gonna be so fire. So cool, so cool. But those are my top traditions, personally, in my opinion. Nobody take any hate to it. Those are my top traditions in college football right now. And yeah, I just like always like those. I hope to see some of them in person here soon. It's super cool that these traditions are around and people kind of are known for this, or like people want to go to a Penn State whiteout game, you know, just known for doing these, going to stuff like that. Penn State also does those whiteout games and they have, you know, big. Penn State will do those whiteout games and they have big games and stuff like that. If you guys don't know, Penn State gets a little rowdy too. They're also one of my favorite traditions, but you know, in all. These are my favorite traditions. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. You can find us everywhere on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Opinionated Media. That's where we're going to be at, posting clips, socials, pictures, things like that. Our podcasts are going to be listed as Opinionated Media. You'll be able to search that and you'll be able to find all the opinionated off topics, which feature our guests, our entrepreneurs, things like that we have on where we have a conversation chopping up. And then that's also going to feature our new show, 54 Yards, for you college football lovers, where we'll be talking every Saturday morning, 8 a.m., YouTube, Spotify, Apple, however you get your podcasts. We'll be talking about pregame college football, what happened that week, predictions, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been a blessing. Love you guys for keep subbing and supporting us, and I'll see you guys next video.